How many people have heard this ongoing narrative that Trump is scared to debate Kamala Harris? If you guys heard that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't hear that, give me a thumbs down. There's this narrative going around, and they're saying that Trump is scared. He doesn't want to debate Kamala Harris, some issue with microphones and this, that, and the other. Right? Now, here's the question. Who's been hiding from the media? Trump or Harris? Trump even went and got Tulsi Gabbard to help him prepare for a debate against Kamala Harris. Is this correct? Shout out to Emperor Rex. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Ricky Guillory. Shout out to SD Johnson. Right? Kamala Harris has been hiding in the media. And now they're trying to flip it and turn it into Trump doesn't want to debate her. Somebody make it make sense. So we're going to take a listen to Tulsi Gabbard officially give Trump her endorsement, right? Now, this is the second non-Republican endorsement that Trump has gotten this week because he just got the independent RFK. Right. So this is interesting. He's getting a lot of non-conservative support. I don't know any non-Democrats, well, besides the ones that were paid that were at the DNC that spoke on behalf of Kamala Harris. Right. But this is just very interesting. So let's check this out.
To officially welcome another true American.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys this before we get started. Right. I'm going to tell you this. The worst thing that they could possibly do is let Kamala Harris talk. And the reason why is because all you have to do is ask about all of the failures going on right now. It completely destroys any narrative that she would try to bring. That right there is the very reason why, like her being an incumbent vice president and the way that the economy and the way that the things are going at the southern border are going right now. Any question asked to Kamala Harris right now about the current administration and failures based on the current administration are kryptonite. And that right there is inevitable for that to happen. And that is why they are doing everything possible to keep a microphone out of her face. Not only that, but her policies, her economic policies that she's rolled out are completely unsustainable. And they've been widely rejected since they've been rolled out. So not only do you have no plans for the present time right now, you have zero anything going into the future. Anytime she opens up her mouth at all, it's a liability. And that right there is why they're doing this. But they're trying to flip it and act like Trump doesn't want to, debate her, which I highly doubt because Trump is always game to, talk wild. So, I don't agree with that. But we'll see how this turns out. So let's see what they're saying.
Today, I'm honored to officially welcome another true American patriot, a 17-year veteran of the Hawaii Army National Guard, a 4-term Democrat congresswoman, very, very popular, the former vice chair of the National Democratic Party and a 2020 Democrat candidate for the United States presidency. She was a very good candidate. Every time she ran, she was good. She did well. She decided to leave. She couldn't take it anymore, but she is very special, and I didn't know this, but she was a lieutenant colonel. That's not bad. Lieutenant colonel, not bad. I didn't know that. I just found out. I said, put it down. You got to put that down. That's bigger. That's better than all the other stuff I read.
Trump crazy. Dude, wow, man. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Make sure you guys show Black Free Thinker some love with the $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Black Free Thinker says Trump's been clashing with politicians longer than chameleon has been grown. WTF is the mainstream even talking about. Trump is far from scared. Yeah, I would agree. I agree 100%. If you guys agree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. And also make sure you guys show him some love for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Shout out to AW1. No, I didn't hear about Sid Vicious. I gotta check it out. No, I didn't hear about it, bro.
But no, she's a special person. She's got great common sense, great spirit. She loves our country, and she loves the people in this room. Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, Tulsi, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Aloha. I know we got Hawaii in the house here. There we go. It is a privilege to be here with all of you, my brothers and sisters in uniform, especially on this day of all days. I had the privilege of joining President Trump this morning at Arlington Cemetery, where he joined two Gold Star families and loved ones of Staff Sergeant Hoover and Sergeant G, both of whom were two of the 13 killed in the Abbey Gate attack 3 years ago today in Kabul. And I can tell you, as we were there, as he laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, joining these Marines' loved ones, I felt the sorrow that he shared with them in their loss. I felt and saw his sincere appreciation for these servicemen and women who paid the ultimate price and their loved ones who continue to grieve to this day. This is personal for me, as I know it is for so many of you here. This is real. It's not just words. I first deployed to Iraq in 2005 with the Hawaii Army National Guard as a member of Charlie Med. As those of you who were deployed during that time know, it was the height of the war, and sadly, we took many casualties. And every day we were confronted with that high human cost of war and that sadness as we boarded the plane when we left, that we were leaving some of our brothers and sisters behind, only to lose others when we got home to suicide. So I mean what I say when I share with you that I know that President Trump understands the grave responsibility that a president and commander-in-chief bears for every single one of our lives. Whether you're a soldier, you're an airman, a Marine, sailor, or a coastie, he keeps us in his heart in the decisions that he makes. We saw this through his first term in the presidency, when he not only didn't start any new wars, he took action to de-escalate and prevent wars. He exercised the courage that we expect from our commander-in-chief in exhausting all measures of diplomacy, having the courage to meet with...
Now, here's my question. This is the exact same thing that RFK said about Trump, ironically. And I'm curious as to how you all feel about this. If you guys agree with what Tulsi Gabbard is saying, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Tedra. Yeah, Tedra says, thank you for the wrench. No problem. We definitely appreciate you, Tedra. Make sure you guys throw some wrenches, some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Tedra, for funding the organization and also being such a great subscriber, a great part of the BLR community. You know what I'm saying?
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
I'm rich, biatch!
And shout out to Brooklyn Queen for being a like enforcer. Make sure you guys throw some like enforcers in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. Definitely appreciate it, Brooklyn Queen.
adversaries, dictators, allies, and partners alike in the pursuit of peace, seeing war as a last resort. The truth is, as we head towards our decision as a country in November, the same cannot be said about Kamala Harris. In fact, the opposite is true, and we're living through this reality today as this administration has us facing multiple wars on multiple fronts in regions around the world.
Now, hold on. I got to ask you all this question real quick. Is Sid Vicious the same as Sid Justice? Y'all remember Sid Justice? Are they the same people? Let me know.
And closer to the brink of nuclear war than we ever have been before. This is one of the main reasons why I'm committed to doing all that I can to send President Trump back to the White House, where he can once again serve us as our commander-in-chief. Because I am confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war. We cannot be prosperous unless we are at peace. And we can't live free as long as we have a government that is retaliating against its political opponents and undermining our civil liberties, weaponizing our very institutions against those they deem as a threat. Kamala Harris has done this over the last 3.5 years.
I appreciate it, bro. Okay, so Sid Vicious is Sid Justice. Okay, wow, that's wild, man. That's crazy. Psh, man, that's crazy.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Silence! Silence! I ain't got no money, pa.
She won't hesitate to continue that if she is elected as president. President Trump has been their first and foremost target in this because they don't want us as voters to even have the option to vote for him.
Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Yeah, we appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure you guys throw some flames, some radiation emojis, some ducks, some money bags, some wrenches in the chat for Brooklyn Queen.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Silence! Silence! I ain't got no money, pa.
I've been their most recent target, added to a secret domestic terror watch list after exposing the truth about what kind of dangers we would face if Kamala Harris is elected as president. We as Americans must stand together to reject this.
Now, I'm curious, right? Because they go kind of dramatic here. And this is my question for you all. When they start talking about these quote unquote dangers of Kamala Harris being the president, what dangers are they talking about? Let me know what you guys think is quote unquote the potential dangers of a Kamala Harris presidency. What do you all think are the dangers? We're going to be doing a live stream on the other channel, probably very shortly after this one, continuing to go over her economic quote unquote plans even more to talk about those. But aside from that, what are these dangers that they're talking about? Let me know what you guys think.
Anti-freedom culture of political retaliation and abuse of power. We can't allow our country to be destroyed by politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future. I am proud to stand here before you today, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican.
Shout out to Black Spider. Make sure you guys show Black Spider some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emojis, some ducks in the chat for Black Spider for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate it.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
This is the hardest record out.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah. Everything that you guys are naming in the chat is absolutely things that I see as potential issues. What about the separation between government and corporations and government and businesses? What do you guys think about that?
To stand here before you today, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, if you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Shout out to the specialist. What's good with it, bro?
Well, thank you, Tulsi. I heard that might happen, but I wasn't sure. And it happened because she's really an amazing person. So I look forward to working with Tulsi and everybody in this room, actually. And as Tulsi mentioned early this morning, Tulsi and I were at Arlington National Cemetery with the families of service members who lost their lives in the catastrophic.
Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 60 people watching and we got 44 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button. If you guys haven't, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get those likes to 100. All right.
Withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that we withdrew, but the way they did it. We were going to do it with dignity and strength. We were in the process of getting out. We would have never given up Bagram, one of the biggest air bases in the world, 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. We gave it up. We gave them everything. China took it over. China now occupies it. Can you imagine? The longest, most powerful runways, I think 8 feet of concrete down. And we gave it all up. Spent billions and billions of dollars years ago building it, 1 hour away. And we're gone. And now China occupies it.